Hello, everyone. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the way in which narcissists sometimes just try to pump you up just so they can take you down. In other words, narcissists like to toy with your emotions and to play with your feelings. So something that you'll see quite often when dealing with a narcissist is that they will, at the beginning of the entanglement, they will treat you as if, you're somehow very special, that you that they think very highly of you, that you can do no harm. What they're really doing is kind of feeding you this idea of them seeing you as being perfection. And the reason they do that is that they're setting impossible standards for you from the outset. And the reason that they're setting these impossible standards for you at the outset is that they want to set you up to fail, or at least with them. Um, because narcissists know that if they feed you, if they really feed you an impression of yourself, feed your ego, and they make you believe that you are this magnificent person that they're making you out to be, that you will want to hold on to that image of yourself that they're feeding you, and that you will want them to continue to see you in that light. But that's a very dangerous thing. And it's a very, sometimes they do it consciously, sometimes subconsciously. But in a way, it's like a game they're playing, a game of, ultimately controlling your emotions. Because as they feed you this image of you being perfection, they're putting you in a very vulnerable place. And sometimes you don't realize it at the beginning. And very soon you'll try your hardest to live up to that image of perfection. Even if you didn't ask to be seen as perfection, they they said and did certain things to make you now want to live up to it. And once they have you in that situation where you feel you feel like you can do no harm, that you're great, and you know that they think that way of you, you will they will put you in a position where you'll try to maintain that at all costs. So when they start dropping seeds of doubt in your mind that, oh, maybe they think that you're not so perfect for this reason or for that reason, when they start messing with your head, they know that you have a lot to lose, because you identify with this new version of yourself that they made you identify with. You never asked to be that version of yourself, but they fed it to you. It felt good, and now you're kind of stuck with it. So when they start to make you doubt yourself and throw in little hints here and there that maybe they're disappointed in you because you're a human being and you're not as perfect as they want you to be, that causes you to have, you know, a, a bit of an emotional crash, or a series of emotional crashes. And that's what narcissists do. They really pump you up just so they can then take you down. And that downfall that you feel when they can see that you went from the feeling of perfection to a feeling of, let's say, insufficiency, that downfall that you feel, it gives them a lot of supply, because you're giving off this vibe of just being devastated. You're giving off this vibe of feeling helpless and wanting to fix things, but they're making sure of it. They're making sure that you can't fix it, that you can never get back to that image perfection. They were sustaining that image perfection in you by feeding you nonsense about basically making you believe you could do no harm, overly complimenting you at the beginning, really feeding that false image. So when they do start to chip away at your kind of self-esteem and integrity, they really enjoy watching the downfall. And that downfall is really what they're all about. They're all about watching somebody fall and contributing towards that, because it distracts them from their own dissatisfaction, misery, the things that they can't help in themselves. If they watch you suffer a downfall, it alleviates them. So it's really important when you're dealing with a narcissist, or you're dealing with a narcissist, to never let them, never show that you're too attached to their compliments, that you need their compliments, that you want to impress them, because they will want to make you want to impress them. And the moment you fall prey to that, they kind of have you, in the palm of their hand, and that's not in your interest. So just make sure when you're dealing with a narcissist to never really give in a sense of wanting to impress them, really eating up their compliments. Don't do that. Don't let them pump you up. Maybe a little bit, but not to such an extent where they can then take you down. Always be somewhat neutral around them. Give very kind of marginal demonstrations of satisfaction from the compliments and things like that. But don't ever show that you're fully eating it up. Okay? So yeah, in a nutshell, if they can't pump you up, they can't take you down. So just kind of stay in the middle ground with them, that kind of neutrality zone. That's your safe zone with a narcissist.